All right, Transformers, we're live here. Um, let's see. I hope you guys have a nice view there. Okay, so we're getting ready. We're also on Instagram, and we're making sure that we are. Listen, we changed. Um, I changed the topic. Not necessarily changed the topic this week. I'm typing here at the same time. Um, just give me 1 second. But we're live. If you're on the air, this is Transformers Academy. Um, but we began talking about Charlottesville. Okay. All right, there we go. So we're both live on Instagram and also on Periscope at the same time. All right, that's a good view. So if you're on the air, guys, let me know by giving us a thumbs up. I'm broadcasting live. And I began last week talking about what we were going to talk about this week for Motivational Monday. So if you're new to the broadcast, this is Motivational Mondays with yours, Angelo Reynolds Sr. This is the Transformers Academy. So guys, let's get right into it because I thought that I would obviously honor and send my love, my condolences and prayers out to the victims, the families, and also the people of Charlottesville who are now dealing with something that has become readily occurring for us. And so, it's all over the country, all over the world that we're seeing these incidents. And I began last week talking about how to change your thoughts. Why should you think differently? Why you should feel differently? Why your perceptions should be different as regards to situations, people, the way you've done things in the past. And unfortunately, the topic has fit the scene and situation that's looming right now still in Charlottesville. So if you're on the air and you guys want to join us and you want to just touch in, I just want to send again my thoughts and prayers and condolences out to the victims and the families there in Charlottesville, because it is these things that we've been talking about that sort of brought me to change the topic. And I posted something earlier that I thought would be attractive in terms, or not necessarily attractive, but more fitting. And that was, if you're confused, the blog said, and there's a banner there's a blog that said, if you're unsure, if you're confused, if you don't understand, try love, try peace, try joy, and try happiness. And so with that, I thought about the people who caused this thing to happen, people who were not showing love, who were not showing peace, were not showing joy, hope, and love for others. And it goes interrelated into the old thinking of some people. It goes into the way that people are still continuing to show hatred towards other people, gender, race, culture, all that stuff that I'm talking about that has people on their edge and have people scratching their heads even in 2017 and wondering why we're still in the midst of this type of behavior or thinking that only a small group of people are displaying. And so when I thought about the topic, when I thought about what I could say that would be most appropriate was that we have to begin to think about, why is it important to think differently? And that's what the whole midst of what I wanted to talk about. Why is it important for us to begin to view things from a different lens? Why is it important for us not to have the same old thinking over and over again? And so when you think about the position that you have to take about changing the way you think about things, you have to realize that thinking and our attitude controls everything. And so as we've been talking about the attitude and the possibility of how to increase our altitude, they go hand in hand. And so if you're someone who is listening now and you've been in a position where you haven't shown joy, peace, love, and hope to others, and you've exhibited some behavior that hasn't been the most appropriate or fitting for yourself, well, you can change those things, because I believe that the change starts within. And I believe that once you begin to look at things differently, you change the way you think, you change the way you act, and ultimately those things that are around you begin to change all the time. So what I wanted to do this evening was to have the open floor. If you're on the air, let me know you're there. This is the Transformers Academy. I am Angelo Reynolds Sr. And more importantly, just honoring the loss, because we're in a place now where this seems to be something of the norm, which is very frightening. It's something that is occurring every so often. And so now what do we do? What do we say? And if you're listening now, these things that if you know someone who is struggling with trying to get rid of hatred, trying to change their thinking, what better time to talk than now? Listen, the people who are unsure, clueless, or don't understand are the people who really need to take a look at their perceptions and how they view things. Listen, history is sort of a looming process that seems to be repeating itself, which is very scary for us. And so when I talk about changing your thinking, when I talk about your thoughts, your actions, I want you to keep in mind that the thinking begins and ends with you. And so say you have a bad attitude. Say you're a person who struggles with being pleasant. You're someone who struggles with finding nice things to say to people, finding a way to show love, peace, joy, and hope to others. If that is a struggle for you, listen, you can change that. Listen, I know people who were unwilling to be peaceful, joyful, love, hope to others. But I know that they began to look at things differently. They thought and change within. And so now those same people are the same people who have a better attitude. As a result, their altitude of success, things in their personal and professional life has grown so much now that they're new people. Have you ever been in a position where you've been in a new place and you felt like you wanted to do something new? Now is the time. And so as we're moving, the thought process, thank you there for coming on. Change your thought process. And part of the reason why it's difficult for many people to change their thought process is because it's ingrained. And so history sort of overrules the process of new thinking. In other words, traditionally, you've learned, and I believe the incidents in Charlottesville came from people who were ingrained traditionally with old thinking. The process of allowing themselves to be openness to love, peace, and joy is something that they aren't able to do. And so it begins within. And so the question that I have is, are you willing? And are you willing and able to allow yourself to be open and receptive to new things? The best thing I always tell people, if you want to learn about a culture of people, just integrate yourselves around them. Now, that may be somewhat of a scare tactic for many people who may be reluctant to that. But listen, we're all the same. Someone said something today. I think it was a congressman or someone on TV, and I saw, and they said, we all bleed the same color blood. We do. And we're so similar in nature, we don't even realize it. But because of our thinking, because of the process that we've been ingrained traditionally, some people have a difficult time letting go of that. And so what I want you guys to do is think about how you can start thinking about a situation that you may be in right now that you need to change your ideas and your thoughts about. Think about some of the challenges, some of the obstacles, some of the setbacks, some of the failures, and some of the things that you could have done differently had you thought about it first. Have you ever been in a situation like that? I have many times. Said things to my kids, to my spouse, to people around me, and regretful later. Yes, I've said things that I had to go back and apologize for, but the most important thing, I was trying to be accountable. And I think that is another issue with the thought press being so ingrained and traditionally overruling, is the accountability issue of being accountable for things, saying things that you're sorry for, or doing things that you have to later say you're sorry for. And so that's what it's really all about. Listen, guys, you Transformers, you've been following us, these postings on Instagram, and this is Periscope. We want to make sure that, listen, when you see the alerts, I'm going to start coming on a lot more throughout the daytime. So if you're a follower on Instagram, like many people are, look out for the alerts, look out for the topic. This week, I just wanted to touch bases with you guys about changing the way you think, So important, so important, so important. You've heard somebody say, you want to reinvent you. You want to reinvent yourself. I believe that the reinvention obviously starts with you, but it starts right here. Because with this, I know they talked about this. We used to hear this growing up, that a mind was a terrible thing to waste. Yes, it is. The mind is a terrible thing to waste. And the mind shall be and will be destroyed unless you're able to change your old, somebody said, stinking thinking. I like that connotation there. So, all right, if you're on the air, send us a couple of hearts. Send us some love. I don't know whom you are, but if you're willing to spend some time with us in the future, this is the Transformers Academy. I am Angelo Reynolds Sr., that is. And this on Instagram, let people know on Instagram that Instagram replays are available within 24 hours. After 24 hours, they somehow dissolve. Periscope is here. So if it's something that I say to you guys, that's something that is meaning for you, thank you for the hearts. If it's something that's meaning for you all, let me know. Say thank you. Say you like it, like the hearts there. That helps us continue to move forward with the things that we're doing. I don't know who's on the air there, but thank you again. Thank you for your time. But more importantly, leave this and take that little bit of information and share it with someone. Show love today. Show peace, joy, and happiness to another person. Tell someone you love them. Hug them. Times are really... I watched you 4 months ago. Oh, thank you. Who is that? Okay. You watched me for months ago. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And listen, share this with some of your friends. These are live broadcasts. If you like things, let people know. We talk about family, relationships. Oh, hello from the Bahamas. Thank you, thank you, thank you. We talk about spirituality, growth, health, wellness. Yesterday, actually Saturday, I began a 12-week transformation, gotten back into competing in bodybuilding again after 20 years. Can you believe that? So I'm back doing that again. And everything is about a transformation for me. So if you're a follower and if you know someone who needs a transformation in some type of transformation, have them follow us and have them look for us. We're on YouTube and all those places. Go to DrAngeloReynolds.com. Listen, thank you for your time from the Bahamas. Enjoy yourself, but more importantly, show love. Be blessful, be peaceful, and show happiness to others. And God will continue to bless you. We'll see you the next time. Thank you.